Slow Sushi here, welcome back to my channel. Continuation of that Dragon Cancer. We're floating in a lot of self-doubt, hope, and a bunch of other mixed emotions right now. That's the best way I can explain it. If you guys haven't watched the beginnings of it, please go back because it's a pretty heart-wrenching and very realistic story. It's got me all up in my feels. Right now I'm a bird. We already went over there, so we're on our way to California to get a treatment that is, I'm assuming, experimental. These are cancer cells.
Oh, her expectation is so maddening sometimes. Do you know what she wrote on the eve of Joel's first surgery? The one back in January when we first found the tumor? I seriously feel like a kid on Christmas Eve. I'm pleading for God to spare his life, and I'm tempted to despair because self-inspection leads me to conclude I shouldn't expect much of anything. And yet my wife is expecting a surprise party from the Lord, replete with presents, supernatural miracles. I envy her.
So, he sounds like he's losing hope. But it also sounds like he might be being a little bit more realistic, and as much as he's upset with her not being realistic about things, he kind of wishes he had that same feeling. He could find that same hope. Alright. What is this? Here we go. Joel the Baby Knight.
Hop in bed, boys. Let's go.
Boys, get in bed.
Oh, can you at least tell us a story?
That Dragon Cancer. Press button to start.
Sure.
Okay. This is the story of a very brave knight named Joel.
Joel the Baby Knight?
Yes, Joel the Baby Knight, but he's also Joel the very brave knight. He was being chased by a dragon named Cancer.
Oh, this is cute. Oh.
Because of his tumor?
Mm-hmm.
Where does the dragon live?
In a forest.
Ah.
Is the dragon big?
Very big.
Ah.
Does the dragon breathe fire?
I died.
Much fire, you guys.
Oh, I can duck. You'd think with the directions popping up, I'd know that, but...
So, Joel has armor,
Ah,
like
look at-
a sword and a shield and stuff?
Ooh, or maybe a spear?
Yeah, that sounds good. So brave Sir Joel with his sword and his shield and his awesome spear and his super jumping ability was being chased
Oh,
by
okay,
a
so they
dragon
gave me a super jumping
named
ability. Thanks,
Cancer.
Dad.
What other superpowers does he have?
He also has grace.
That's not a superpower.
It's the best superpower.
Do you guys know what grace means?
Yeah, it's kind of like help.
Yeah, it's kind of like help.
Bam.
You know, and he's not the only one who's ever tried to fight this dragon. Some very brave knights have fought this dragon and lost. And some are able to drive the dragon off. And they can go home and they can quit fighting for a while. And the kingdom is safe.
Joel's been fighting this dragon for a long time, huh?
A long time.
But Joel found a nice empty cave where he could rest. And it seemed like the dragon couldn't find him. But just when he thought that the danger was past, the dragon found his hiding spot and came after him in the cave.
I lost my armor. No! That was silly of me. Oh, now I got 2 armors. Am I double protected?
Well, that dragon's going to kill Joel. Joel's going to lose.
Why do you say that?
Because Joel is just a baby. Babies can't kill dragons.
You're right.
that the dragon's health
can't
is low?
kill the dragon. But that's the best part of this story. God fights for Joel. So he fights
Alright.
that dragon cancer right with Joel. And we know that God can win, even if Joel can win.
Nope, nope,
That's
nope. I'm better at video games than this. Fudge! Stop!
Well, what about Tim from Church Mom? He died from cancer. Wasn't God fighting for him? Didn't he have grace?
Of course God fought for Tim too.
I
Tim
don't
fought so well.
feel like fighting this
So
dragon is
brave,
actually gonna
so
do anything.
strong. God let him rest. It may have seemed like the dragon won because Tim died. But we know that Tim's in heaven and that he's with God and that God is so proud of him. So maybe for Tim, getting to be done fighting was grace.
No. I'm not understanding how I'm supposed to get anywhere with this. Do I have to reach the 99999? Because that would take forever. Bye, Tim! Oh, was that it? Drowning. Oh, it's so pretty.
Ryan! Oh, Ryan, get in the boat.
I can't.
You have to, you'll drown.
We're already drowning. How can you sit there like that?
Despair doesn't help anything.
Neither does false hope. And I'm not despairing.
How can you say false hope? You're drowning.
Well, you're missing your oars, and you don't even know where you're going. And yet you're so sure you're gonna get there.
It's better than drowning.
Well, enjoy floating on the surface like you always do.
There's nothing deep about drowning. Just get in the boat.
You have to let me feel this! Someone has to.
That's not fair. I love him as much as you do. I just really believe we're going to be okay.
So sad.
I'm sure my expectation looks like denial. But seeing Joel dying does not make me any less certain that he will be healed. In some ways, I feel more certain. Not because the same doubts don't come to me, but because I know that they will not be entertained much longer. Because this chapter is almost finished, and we will have an ending one way or the other. So the doubts and fears that make me reaffirm that even if I'm wrong, this is where I stand, become less and less powerful.
What makes that statement sad for me after, reading it is she's pretty much like, this is going to end one way or another. Either he's going to be cured or he's going to die. So sooner or later, it's going to be over. Like, she's just going to have hope until it's over, because either way that it ends, it's going to end eventually. So, which is sad.
People's conciliatory words of comfort meant to reassure us and help us accept Joel's death don't sit well with me. They aren't offensive because I know the heart behind them is good, but they are weak words because it's so obvious to me that death is the given. I don't have to work to be ready for it or accept it. It is coming whether I would accept it or not. It has been coming slowly for so long. I don't have to work to understand that Joel is dying. It is obvious. Heaven is amazing. And so I'm not worried about death. It will come regardless of where I stand and wait. But now, death is circling close enough for redemption to finally feel closer.
I can't imagine being a parent knowing my child's dying and not be able to do anything about it. This game has me right in the feels.
This is the part of the story where a daring rescue can thwart Death's intentions just in time, perhaps when it looks like it's already too late. I want to watch for that. I don't need to focus my eyes on Death, studying it in its slow progression. Its course is already clear. But there is a glory that is coming, and its journey to us is wild and quick and frightening, and I want to be watching for that glory. I want to stand trembling in awe before God and His power. Not sure that this thing that we've asked for is something we can quite manage, but trying anyway. Death is the given. But the life that is possible now for Joel, the miracle that could come now that death is so close, is something worth pursuing, worth risking everything to see with my own eyes.
Are we gonna save the dad now? We just left him to drown. But I guess that's kind of what he wanted. He wanted to be left to deal with his feelings. Alright, mister. Get to the top. Get to the top. Get to the top. No. Ah. We glitched out there for a second, guys. Now I can't do nothing. Now he's going sideways. Reset me. Maybe going to the top isn't the way I'm supposed to go. Maybe... I can't do this because he's all messed up. If it could reset this whole thing, that'd be great, because I really don't want to do this whole part from the beginning. Is there any way to push him down? No. Alright, I will be back, you guys. I'm back. I finally got the glitch figured out. I had to start off from a specific scene in order to get here, but I have a feeling we're supposed to press him down, because going up, we went up several times and it didn't work. I don't really want to push anybody down in the water, but obviously here we go. This is what it was supposed to be. Sorry, Ryan. Dehydration. Continue.
The sunset looks pretty from here. The orange glow cast on the wall. Better than the muted colors of this hospital. I wonder why they choose blues and greens. They, the ones who choose the colors that heal. Green for life. Blue. For comfort. Purple stripes to hide the stains. This chair is too small and sticks to my skin. I hate vinyl.
Alright, I'm gonna get up. Nothing
Blue.
out there.
Purple. The ocean, maybe? No, under the ocean. Silent, warm, and salty, like tears. He won't stop crying. I don't blame him. He feels miserable. I hate that we're here. I hate that he's sick. I just want him to feel better. Shh, 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 shh. It's okay, Jolie. Shh. Oh, don't throw your head, buddy. Don't.
I guess I'm just gonna walk around the room. Oh, I should check in the bathroom.
Here we go. Bouncing around. Do you like that?
No.
Oh, I love your giggle. Bounce around. Is that funny? A bounce, a bounce, a bounce,
Do
bounce,
nothing with that
bounce.
right now.
Oh, he won't stop crying.
He sounds so sad.
I'm hungry. I wonder if he's hungry.
Ring ring. Oh, hello. Juice.
He's screaming louder. Buddy, don't you want juice? He hits the box. I don't catch it.
Oh, that cry is killing me. That is a legitimate cry of a sick child, let me tell you.
He drinks it greedily. Big, deep gulps. Okay, Jolie, that's enough. Breathe, kiddo. And he does. And I wipe his face of snot and tears and juice. And then he vomits. And I catch it. I always catch it. I know you're thirsty, buddy, but you'll throw it up. Don't grab too hard. You'll squirt all the juice out. Here, let me have it. I hate this room. I didn't used to. For a moment, it was an adventure. I was cast as the compassionate and caring father, holed up with his fragile son in a small cleft in the rocks. The storm raging, waves ripping at the sharp black rocks below, and enveloped in my arms, he feels safe, and I am holding him firmly, trying not to slip. Because if you hold tight enough, nothing will take him. Right?
So, when it all began, he legitimately thought that they were going to save him. Sorry. I can't. This scene is killing me.
So late, Joel. Lay down.
The
I
desperation.
can't hold you. I can't make you feel better.
Okay, buddy, okay, I'll hold you. Shh. Shh, 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 shh. Oh, Joel Bug, you look so miserable. No! Don't hit your head on the bars, Joel. Joel! Joel! I know you're mad. Please stop. Please. Stop. I shake. I weep. I pray. I plead. I need peace. I am empty. You are. I don't know all that you are. You are there. I want you here. I want you to call my son. And you've brought us this far. He's still here, not dead, not there, with you. Oh God, I want him here with me. Please. Peace. He sleeps. Thank you.
That one was a little rough.
There's a story in the Bible where Jesus and his disciples are on a boat. And a furious storm hits the sea, and everyone thinks they're gonna die. And where do you think Jesus is? Rowing alongside them? No. He's asleep. In the back of the boat. So his disciples are freaking out and wake him up, and they say, "Don't you care if we drown?" So Jesus gets up and he says to the storm, "Quiet, be still." And the sea becomes completely calm. Then he asks his disciples why they are so scared and if they have any faith at all. Like he was frustrated with them. Because even though Jesus said, "Let's go to the other side of the lake," his disciples thought he was going to just let them die.
It's very biblical. Hello, Van.
Oh, we're in Nevada. We're in Nevada. We're in Nevada. We're in California.
Well, they made it to California.
So, now that we're in California, how much longer to San Francisco?
About 3.5 hours, bud.
That last 3 hours of a trip, a long trip, for adults and kids alike, is like the worst 3 hours ever. It is the longest 3 hours. You can be taking a 20-hour trip. That last 3 hours is ridiculous.
So Joel died. Everyone does eventually, I suppose.
They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves Joel. Yes,
Look at me play guitar.
yes, Jesus loves Joel. La 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 la. He loves Joel so much. Oh, he loves Joel. The Bible tells us so.
That was sweet.
But more than that, if he does die, will Jesus even care? Will he weep for him as he did for Lazarus? Will he weep for me? I think greater than my fear of death is that of insignificance. Or rather, My default assumption is that my thoughts and passions and loves and the stuff of my being are insignificant. How could the creator of all that is and ever was love my son as he did Lazarus? And could my soul stranded on this blue raft awash in a sea of stars, ice, and dust matter enough to him to turn his hand in mercy?
Oh, I understand this. It's how insignificant everything in their life looks compared to the rest of the galaxy, really. Good imagery there.
Jesus wept for Lazarus. 5 minutes later, he raised Lazarus from the dead.
Hello, bench. Alright, I guess we're not going on the bench. I guess we are going on the bench.
I'm sorry. I should have known we both end up in the same place. We always do. It just scares me every time. I just really believe he'll be healed. I know you believe too, just when you act like that, I get all unsure.
I don't know that.
What do you mean?
I just hope that. I don't know.
The balance between having hope and being realistic is so sensitive in these situations. Go through the door? We can go through the door. I think this video is going to be a little bit longer. Because when I was looking through the scene selections to, be able to go back, the Temple of God, I think is the last one, so it's probably not going to give me much playtime, I don't think. Hello, Joel. Oh, Joel's in the Temple of God, and he's got his stuff off.
Alright, kids, you know what time it is.
Does that mean he's going to lose? The cancer is all through the Temple of God. Does that mean he's already lost? It's looming outside. I like how the imagery shows how cancer is one of those diseases that can infiltrate every part of your life, including your faith. Can we go this way? We can. Where does this lead to? Can we get to Joel from here? Is that as far as we can go? It is. There's a little flame. Alright, I guess this is where I was supposed to go originally.
Have mercy on us because he is weak.
rise up. My God, come save him.
My candles keep going out.
Oh Lord, my God, let this boy's life return to him.
He died. Desperation in the dad's voice.
I will not let you go unless you bless him.
Lord, my God, let this boy's life return to him.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm sure I've had a stupid look on my face for the past 5 minutes.
Oh Lord, my God,
I
let this
will not let
boy's
you
life
go
return
unless
to
you
him.
bless him.
Oh. Candles. I wish I could catch what was being said in the background a little bit better.
Oh Lord, my God, let this boy's life return to him.
My God, come save him.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Lord, rise up. My God,
Oh Lord, my God,
I
let
will
this
not let you go
Oh
unless
Lord,
you
my
bless
God,
him.
let this boy's life
They don't
return to
want-
him.
To give me what I'm supposed to have. Oh, that candle stayed lit. Has that candle been lit the whole time? Oh, that's been the one in the front pew.
And God, leave the risk everything.
Oh Lord, my
I
God,
will
let
not
this
let you
boy's
go
life
unless you
return to
bless
him.
him. I will not let you go unless you bless him.
I'm not sure
My
what I'm
God,
supposed
come
to be
save.
doing.
Lord, rise up. Lord, rise up. My God,
Lord, my
come
God,
save. I will
let
not
this
let you
boy's
go.
life
I will
return
not
to
let you
him.
go unless you bless him.
It doesn't let me look up all the time. Oh God, it's right there. Look how big it is. This is a sad outcome. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing now.
I will not let you go unless you bless him.
God, let this boy's life return to him.
Should I have let it fade out?
I will not let you go unless you
God,
bless
let
him.
this boy's life return to him.
Lord, rise
I
up.
don't know what
I
I'm
will
supposed
not
to
let
be
you
doing.
go unless you bless him. Lord, rise up. I will not let you go unless you bless him. Rise up. My God, I will not let you go unless you bless him.
Let this boy's life return to
My
him.
God, come save him.
I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Lord, rise up. My God, come save him.
I want to be done with this part.
I will not let you go unless you bless him.
Oh Lord, my God, let this boy's life return to him.
My
Is there a sequence? I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. The music changed though. Okay, I'm gonna let it go this time.
With all the strength, with all the faith that is in us, Lord. There is no time left for this child on this earth. And God, so we come to you, Lord, with faith, come to the children, with faith as small as a mustard seed. And Lord, we speak in the name of Jesus. Oh my God, let this child's soul come back to you.
He faded away.
He was not in the wind. He was not in the earthquake. He was not in the fire. He was here in a gentle whisper.
I mean, I knew I had a feeling what the outcome was gonna be, but just because you expect it, like, I don't know. This is like super emotional for a video game. It's fine. Picnic at the edge of the world. Edge of the world. To Amy from Ryan.
So here we are. And the air is emptier without his laugh, and yet our hearts are still full, though with a different drink. And this ride we've been on for so long is silent. And so also the Lord. And so we sit here in this new silence and long for the music to start again and for the disc to spin again, even if it means going round and round for many more years. For at least we would be moving and Joel would be laughing here on earth and not only in heaven.
He died.
But in this space, I sense his silence is only because he is drawing his breath. And now we know love and longing, empty and full, all in one moment. And I am grateful that we loved him well, and that we miss him well. And I hope that in the Lord's next breath, he will whisper his love song to you, his beloved, and that you will know him differently and more deeply. But now, we grieve in silence, yet not without his presence.
This is the saddest video game ever. Since having kids, I'm such a baby. Everything gets to me. Movies, video games, songs, it don't matter. Are those pancakes? It's Joel!
I remember you. You made it too. I'm glad you're here. I love it here. I bet you would like it too.
Giant pancakes.
Look at all of these pancakes. Did you ever see pancakes like this? The big as me. A big one is for me. A little one is for my dog. I always wanted a dog, and now I got one. I even got to name it. Manju.
Manju. Oh.
Whoa, Bubbles? Manju doesn't catch a bubble. She likes to bite them. I love Bubbles.
This is heaven for him.
Look, I can touch one.
Oh.
I want more Bubbles. I love the Bubbles.
Who doesn't love Bubbles, though?
Do you see a rainbow in a pebble?
I do.
Come here, Manju. Have another pancake.
Look at the huge pancake the dog just took.
Manju loves syrup. Me too. Syrup is my favorite pie.
At least it left off kind of happy. Look how pretty it is. Sorry guys, now I got the sniffles. Thank you for playing. You're welcome. It was delightful and sad, and I felt all sorts of emotions during it, but that's fine. For Joel Evan Green. Oh. Oh, look at him. That's so sad. I mean, I had a feeling the whole time that, you know, especially with the voice act, well, now it's not acting, but you know, the voices and stuff like that, like, that was real pain. Those notes, a lot of them were probably real. And now I just have to think, like, the handprints on the walls were probably other children that went through this. What this family must have went through. What any family with a child with cancer goes through is heartbreaking. Look at him. I shouldn't have worn makeup for this video. It kills me, especially thinking about the crying scene. Because the desperation in the dad's voice. And the up and downs of the mom's letters. The whole game is just so much more real now, with the pictures putting faces to everybody. This is a great way to invite people in to people's worlds with children with cancer. I think this game was absolutely amazing. It made me feel all the emotions that you should feel when you're dealing with something like that, and it made me question how I would be in that situation. And And if a game can draw that kind of emotion out of you, that makes it absolutely phenomenal. It also brings up awareness to what kids with cancer and families of children with cancer go through, and the desperation they go through when there's no more hope left. And it was really, really well done, and I am so happy for all the backers that made this game possible for me to play. So I'm gonna leave it off of that with that. I'm snotting and crying, and yeah, I don't really have much more to say. Go ahead and play it, you guys. I mean, obviously you guys know how it ends now, but there's a lot more letters, and there's a lot more cards to be written or read, and there's a lot more to the game that I'm sure that I didn't explore. But anyways, find it out for yourself. If any of you guys play it or have played it, let me know what your guys' reactions were in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.